For years, I thought my cat followed me into the bathroom because she was nosy. I was wrong, and so is almost everyone else. Cats don't guard doors out of curiosity. Curious animals sniff, get bored, and walk away. Yours doesn't walk away. Yours sits down, faces the door, and takes up a position. That's not curiosity. That's a job. And that tiny paw sliding under the door isn't a nuisance. It's a status report your cat files every single day, and almost nobody reads it. 6 things are happening behind that door, and they all trace back to one reason. Stay with me to the end. There's a small change you can make tonight that gives your cat what it needs, without costing you your privacy. Start with the moment itself. You step in, you close the door. And to you, that's the most ordinary thing in the world. To your cat, something very different just happened. You walked into a small room with one exit. You cut off your own line of sight. You sat down. In cat terms, you just made yourself an easy target. Watch your cat at the litter box sometime. Really watch. The ears swivel at every sound. The head lifts. The eyes check the room between scratches. Even a healthy, well-fed indoor cat can't switch that off. Because eliminating is one of the few moments a predator can't defend itself. In a colony of cats, that isn't a private moment. That's a moment somebody else covers. So when your cat plants itself at your feet, or sits facing the door with its back to you, it isn't being nosy. It's on duty. It's a 7-pound animal that has decided it can protect a full-grown human. And instinct has never once cared about the math. And if that sounds like a stretch, wait until you hear how well your cat knows your schedule. There's a comment I keep seeing from cat owners, in different words, over and over. One woman put it perfectly. Her cat is at the door meowing for her before the key is even in the lock. Not when she opens it. Before, hundreds of people recognize themselves in that one line. Your cat has been studying you the whole time you've been studying it. The sound of your alarm, the particular creak of your chair when you finally stand up. Cats build their entire sense of safety on prediction. And you are the most important pattern in the house. Here's what that means for the bathroom. Out of everywhere you go all day, that room is the one place your schedule comes to a stop. You're not carrying laundry. You're not walking off mid-sentence. You sit down and you stay. Your cat worked that out long before you noticed it was following you, and when the pattern breaks, you hear about it. Another owner wrote that the moment she shuts a door, her cats start to yowl. That yowl isn't a tantrum. It's a predictable routine suddenly going dark. Which brings me to the strangest version of this behavior, and the one almost nobody talks about. It's a question hundreds of owners have asked out loud, and nobody has properly answered. And if this is already changing how you see your cat, a quick like helps other owners find it. Here's the question. A man wrote that his cat follows him until it sees him about to pee. Then it runs to its own litter box. So the two of them go at the same time. What's that about? He asked. More than 500 people liked it, which means 500 households have a cat doing this. And every one of those owners assumed they just had a weird cat. They don't. It's the clearest proof of the whole idea. Think about what going at the same time actually accomplishes. If 2 cats in a colony go separately, each one spends that exposed stretch alone. If they go together, the vulnerable window shrinks for both. Cats living in groups keep loose routines around exactly these moments. Around water, around eliminating, around the places where the group is soft. Your cat isn't copying you for fun. Your cat is treating your bathroom trip as a group activity and syncing up with it. Because in its head, the two of you belong to the same small, vulnerable unit. Once you've seen it that way, you can't unsee it. And it explains something even stranger, the headbutting. Have you noticed your cat gets more physical in the bathroom than anywhere else? The head butts against your knees, the full body pass along your ankles over and over, while you're trying to have 2 minutes to yourself. That isn't random affection, that's repair work. A cat's sense of smell is in a completely different league from ours. The figure you'll hear most often is around 14 times more sensitive. And cats don't identify family by face. They identify family by scent. Every time your cat rubs its cheeks on your legs or sleeps on your clothes, it's blending its smell into yours. It's building one shared scent that means safe. Mine. Ours. Now walk into a bathroom. Steam. Shampoo. Perfumed soap. Whatever you just scrubbed your hands with, to you, it smells clean. To your cat, you walked in smelling like family and you're walking out smelling like a stranger. So it moves fast. It remarks you before you leave the room. Because the alternative is a housemate who no longer smells like it belongs. And there's a second pull in that room, the tap. Plenty of cats ignore a full bowl in the kitchen all day, then sprint for a bathroom sink the second they hear water move. In the wild, a water source is high-value territory worth watching. So your cat has 2 reasons to be in there, and only one of them is about you. But none of that is the deepest thing on this list. The next one is the one almost everybody misses. And the reason is simple. It's completely silent. No meow. No paw under the door. Your cat just does it, and most owners look right past it. So watch for this. If your cat doesn't just stand guard at the door, but walks all the way in, turns its back to you, and settles down. Relaxed, eyes half closed. Not tracking the room. Pay attention. That's the one. In a cat's world, your back is the side you can't defend. Turning it toward another animal, inside a small enclosed space, is not a small gesture. It's a physical statement that you don't need watching, that whatever is going on behind those eyes has decided nothing bad happens while you're here. There's a woman who wrote that after her husband died, his 12-year-old orange tabby became her absolute shadow. Close to 1,000 people pressed like on that sentence. And I don't think that's because it was a sweet story. I think a lot of people know exactly what that shadow feels like. Somebody else put it more bluntly, the plot twist. They said, is that they're the one who gets separation anxiety when they're away from the cat. Almost 6,000 people agreed. And one more, because it's the shortest, and it says the most. My cat follows me around like a dog. This owner wrote, always has to be on me. I guess she just loves me. Huh. You can hear the question underneath it. She wasn't bragging. She was asking permission to believe it. So let me answer that. For her and for you, yes, that's exactly what it is. That's what's sitting on your bathroom floor with its back to you. Not a pet being nosy. An animal that has decided that wherever you are is the safest place in the building, which is exactly why the opposite matters so much. If your cat has followed you into that room every day for years and then quietly stops, that's information. Cats hide discomfort by withdrawing from routine. And the routines that they drop first are usually the social ones. The following, the greeting at the door, sleeping against you at night. The comment that has stayed with me longest came from an owner whose cat developed a tumor in her jaw and stopped sleeping with her. 7,000 people liked it. 7,000 people had seen some version of it in their own home. The change in habit came first. The diagnosis came after. I'm not telling you to panic if your cat skips a day. I'm telling you to notice a pattern that holds for a week or more, especially in an older cat. Then mention it to your vet. You'll be describing something no blood test can show them. And if your cat has never followed you in there at all, that isn't rejection. Shy cats, rescue cats, cats who came from rough beginnings, they often run the same guard duty from a doorway down the hall, where they can still see you, same job, different distance. So here's the small thing you can do tonight. Instead of shutting the door flat, leave it open a couple of inches. That's usually all your cat wanted. Not the room, the line of sight. And leave something of yours in there that you don't wash often. An old shirt on a shelf, a towel you've used. It keeps the family scent alive in the one room where you keep washing it off. So, one specific reason, not 6. Your cat doesn't follow you into the bathroom because it's curious, or clingy, or badly behaved. It follows you because it has quietly filed you into its colony. And in a colony, nobody goes into a vulnerable place alone. The guarding, the schedule tracking, The synchronized trips, the headbutting, the turn back. That's one instinct wearing 6 different outfits. That paw sliding under the door was never asking to be let in. It was checking that you're still on the other side. So tell me in the comments, does yours stand guard at the door? Or walk straight in and turn its back on you? When I want to know how many of you got the second one. And if your cat waits by the front door for you instead, there's a whole other conversation happening there. That one's next. So subscribe if you want it. For tonight, just leave the door open a crack. It means more to them than you think.